Cassia Faye Hayden. Welcome to my channel. I'm sorry I didn't do a video for Self-Care Saturday or for Fidget Toys last week. It was kind of a hectic week and I was kind of dealing with some stuff. I kind of still am, but it kind of has been yet another hectic week. But, you know, I knew I needed to get something out for you guys, even though I am filming late, because normally I film before the day it's supposed to be posted so it can be posted on time, and I'm not. So, anyway, let's see, where are we at? There we are. We're still in chapter 1 of the book, the attitudinal healing book. So let's get started, shall we? There is another way. The first step in attitudinal healing is to have a little willingness, just as we often suggest to people, to have an open mind and to consider the possibility that there is another way of looking at the world. To do this, we are encouraged to take a fresh look at all the beliefs and values that we have been holding so dear to our hearts, and to determine if they are really helping us to feel more peace and love. When we believe that our thoughts and attitudes determine everything we see and experience, then what we see is what we believe. When we have fearful thoughts, we see a fearful world. When we have only loving thoughts in our minds and hearts, we see only a loving reality. Now, I've pointed this out in every single one of these videos so far, but this book isn't really understanding the concept that there are things out there that are a danger to, you know, people and their lives and whatnot. And yes, it is important to think as positively as you can, but thinking only loving thoughts and only loving things and you know, blinding yourself to the world itself can be very, very dangerous. I was actually like that when I first got out of high school. I was very, very naive. I thought the whole world was just, despite all the shit that I went through as a kid and a teenager and whatnot, I thought the whole world was just what my grandma had showed me, of a loving, wonderful, caring world that, you know, did what it could to make people live a better life and whatnot, you know, just, you know, something like it was back in the day when my grandma was young, you know, where you could walk down the street and not have to worry about someone attacking you or following you home, where you could go into a store and not have to worry about someone following you through the store, creeping on you when you're alone, you know, where the world was just safe, you know, and it isn't like that anymore, and it hasn't been for a while. And even then, you know, there were still dangers back then too, but I was so, when I was in high school and after I graduated, I was so blinded to the world, thinking that everything was just unicorns and rainbows, that I wasn't prepared for all the stuff that actually did happen to me. After that, you know, not just leading up to graduating, you know, all the stuff after that, I pretty much was so blind to the world that had I not been blind to the world and known to be wary and careful and, you know, just protective of myself, I probably wouldn't have ended up in a lot of the situations I ended up in. Granted, some of the situations I didn't have much of a choice in the matter, but, you know, some of it was just pure stupidity and not understanding what the world was really like. So, yeah, it is important to be as positive as you can be, to try to think positive, to have a better day and have a better life, and be a better you. But you can't ignore the things that are around you and put yourself into danger. You can't be super paranoid either. And I know I keep pointing this out, but so this week there was this woman at the soup kitchen, and we were hanging out at the park after the soup kitchen, and she had come to the table we were sitting at. And this is a good example of someone who is just paranoid and looking for drama. That, like I said, you can't you can't go avoid, you can't ignore the things around you and put yourself into danger. It's just not safe. But at the same time, you can't be paranoid all the time, looking for drama, looking for the next villain, and seeing the villain in every face, every male, every person that might be walking up behind you. Like, that's not mentally safe either, and it doesn't exactly make people want to be around you if you're like that either. like there was this woman that now there's this guy that works at the soup kitchen, and he's an amazing guy. He's really funny, he's really kind, and he jokes around with everybody, not like in an inappropriate way, but like in a silly, goofy way. Like if I come up to the drink station and I'm like, I do this Oliver Twist thing. It's kind of cute. I'm all like, "Please, sir, can I have some more?" and he's like, "No, you can't have more juice. You can't have more juice. I won't let you." While he's pouring me another juice, just teasing me, joking around. He's a good guy. He's funny. He's nice. And everybody there likes him. Everybody there knows he's nice and funny and a good guy. And well, this woman, for no reason whatsoever, she's got it in her head that every man is after her, that every man is targeting her. And because he jokes around with her like he jokes around with everybody else, just teasing her like he does everybody else, like he does me and everybody, and just joking around, being a silly, fun, easy to hang out with person. She gets in this she got in this mood and was all like, "Oh, I was having a panic attack because he's targeting me. He's after me. He's looking to get me. He's just looking to start shit with me." And we're like, no, he's joking around. When he said that Trinity, you can't have my coffee. That's not good for you. Kitties can't have coffee. When he's telling you that you already ate lunch and you can't have another lunch, he's joking around. He's not trying to start shit. He's just teasing you, because he's like, that's just his sense of humor. Like, I can't have another juice while he's pouring me another juice. He doesn't care if I have another juice. He's just joking around. But he was teasing her like, "Oh, you already ate lunch. You can't have another lunch," while like trying to make sure she got her lunch. He's just joking around, and she's like, "Oh, he's after me." And like I said, you can't be paranoid and be looking for drama and the next bad guy around every corner, and like see it in every face like this woman is. She's looking for it everywhere. And this is exactly what I mean when I say that while it is important to be self-aware and vigilant of the things that are going on around you and protective of yourself, it is also incredibly important to make sure that you're not super paranoid either, and like go completely the other way and go psycho thinking everybody's out to get you. Positive thinking, very, very important for mental health and self-care. And, you know, again, being aware of your surroundings and vigilant and protective of yourself, very, very important. But don't do it to the point where you're paranoid and thinking everybody's out to get you, because it is nuts and nobody wants to see it or hear it or be around it. So, you know, just, yeah, it's very important to just know what's really going on around you, to know that when you're being paranoid and kind of loopy, and when you're being protective of yourself, and when you gotta just like pull back a little bit and just try to think more positive and be a little bit more happy. And believe me, I have that problem too. I am a very negative feeling person because of the crap I've been through. I constantly have to try to check myself because I really, really do think negatively a lot. And this is why I'm doing these videos. It's not just for you guys, it's for me too. Because I need the help too. I'm watching you, Drago. Don't you touch my coffee. But, you know, because I've been through a lot, and I do focus on the stuff that I've been through a lot, and like trying to keep myself from going through those things again, and reminding myself of what it was like. And a lot of the times I focus on it in a negative way that affects me negatively and makes me upset and frustrated, and, you know, drives people around me a little bit nutso, and I really don't blame them. But, you know, I do have those issues too. We all do. And because I'm still working on it, you know, still learning how to think positively more often myself, you know, I have a lot of slips there. But, you know, you guys aren't the only ones. You know, I'm not, you know, like a guru where I'm like, oh, I never do this. I never think negatively, you know. I'm the guru, and I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm talking about. No one knows what I'm talking about better than I do. No, I'm dealing with this stuff too. You know, this is for all of us. It's not just for you guys. It's for all of us. It helps me too, because I've got my issues too. So, you know, it's good for everybody. The self-care, you know, the meditation, the yoga, the positive thinking books, and, you know, it's just important to do your best to be the best you, so that you can feel more happy and have a better life, and you know, live, you know, not just live in fear or live in pain or live you know, in paranoia. And, you know, we want to live a happy life, you know. We want to laugh, we want to smile, we want to joke around, we want to eat foods we enjoy, spend time with people we care about. We want to enjoy our lives. And the more we think positively, the more we work on ourselves, the happier our lives can be, you know. And like I said, I'm working on me too. I'm not like, you know, I know everything, I'm perfect. Do what I tell you. I'm working on me too. These videos are for both of us. Or, well, all of us. So, anyway, back to the book. I just wanted to point that out, that woman at the soup kitchen, she's exactly what I'm talking about when I say, you know, you don't want to go the other way and be super paranoid and be looking for monsters everywhere, because, you know, there's not, I mean, there are, but not everyone is a monster. Not every man is looking to get you. Not every woman is looking to get you if you're a guy that's been through shit. Sorry, I'm itchy. I have cats, and I'm allergic to cat hair, and I'm not like deathly allergic. It doesn't affect me nasally, but it makes me itchy. So But yeah, anyway, so like, whatever you've been through, if you're a guy and you've been through shit with women, or if you're a woman and you've been through shit with guys, like, not everybody is out to get you. Not everybody is that type of person that hurt you and was looking to hurt you, or might be looking to hurt you. There are good people out there too. There are good women, there are good men, and you got to be able to tell the difference. I can tell the difference within about 5 minutes of whether or not someone's a good person or not. I get vibes, and it's because of all my trauma that I've been through that I'm able to get vibes. Like my friend Justin and my friend Matthew, men. Matthew is my friend Heidi's son, and Justin is her beau. In a way. They're figuring things out. But anyway, automatically upon meeting them, I automatically knew. Like when I met Sam, like I automatically knew that they and Sam were good guys, I automatically just knew. And then there's other people that, I meet, like in passing, or I meet in general, and within seconds, and I'm like, get away from me. You have the creeper vibe. Leave me alone. Or, I can tell that someone's trying to lie to me or manipulate me or try to steal from me. I get vibes. I can kind of read people well enough now to where I can tell what their intentions are, like whether or not they're a good person or a bad person. And I'm like a cat or a dog with my vibes, because animals can automatically sense that stuff. And if you have an animal around somebody and they start freaking out and you don't know why, you trust that animal. If you've got a weird vibe, like you feel uncomfortable around that person, and then you trust that vibe. You gotta trust your vibes. But if you're around a person and you somehow feel like at peace, or you feel like they're just a good person, you just essentially just feel that, you need to listen to those vibes too. If you have your animals with you and they're like all over that person, obviously they're a good person. Trust your vibes, trust your animals. They can guide you and show you how to trust and who to trust. And your vibes are really just your subconscious picking up on the little subtle red flags or hints that your conscious mind isn't really picking up right away. So your subconscious is reading all of these things about the person within minutes that you're not really catching on to, like, yourself. And it's like, ding, ding, ding. You need to listen to me here. This person. You know what I mean? Like, that's really how vibes work. It's your subconscious warning you, or like letting you know what's going on with that person, if they're a good person or a bad person. It's trying to warn you. So my vibes have never been wrong, ever. So yeah, just kind of trust your vibes. Anyway, back to the book. Truth can be defined as that which doesn't change. The highest form of that truth is love, a powerful expression of that which created us. Call it God, higher power, or the creative life force. Within this belief system, our true identity is unconditional love, something that is never changing and that never dies. Another way to look at our purpose is to remember that we are here to teach only love, for that is what we are. Hi, Trinity. You're pretty. You're pretty. Are you pretty? You're pretty too. Yes. Love my kids. Yes, you do. I love you guys. Yes, you do. Yes. Boy, a beautiful little girl. In this other way of looking at the world, we have a belief system that says that all the forms we see are but some aspect of our own thoughts being projected outward. What we project out into the world is what we perceive, and what we perceive is actually a mirror of the thoughts in our minds, not a fact or a truth. It is as if the world is a giant screen in a movie theater, and what we see on the screen is but a projection of our thoughts and past experiences. What we see with our physical eyes and hear with our ears looks very real indeed. Unlike truth, which is consistent and unchanging, what we see and hear is always changing. Another way of looking at the world is to have the willingness to choose a way of life where peace of mind is our only goal, where forgiveness is our only function, and where we make decisions by quieting our minds and listening to the voice within our hearts telling us what to think, say, and do. It is living a life that focuses on giving rather than only getting, and serving others rather than just paying attention to our own selfish interests. It is living a life where our concerns for others is the same loving concern we have for ourselves. That is just a very good point because, you know, it is very important to, like I said, listen to yourself, listen to your vibes. And it is very important to be the type of person that isn't always looking for what can I get, what can I get, what can I get, what can I get, what can I get. And just, see how you can share with others and, be safe about it, like don't let people take advantage of you. But at the same time, people that you're safe with, don't be afraid to share with them and show them that you care and that that you love them, and let them show you that they love you and care about you in return. It is important to give of yourself to receive that love back. Like, you don't always have to get something physical in return for from somebody to show them that you care about them. It's not what can I get, what can I get, what can I get, gimme, gimme, gimme. It's I care about you, you care about me, let's show each other. How can I help you, what can I do to help you? You just gotta do your best to be there for the people that you care about. And it's important. But anyway, I would like to read this next part. Attachments to fear, guilt, and anger. What keeps us from having inner peace is our attachment to fear, guilt, and anger. It's not wrong. It's not wrong, because fear, yeah, I have serious issues with fear. Why are you turning my light on over there, Stella? Anyway, I have serious issues with fear because of what I've been through in the past. So I am a little bit hyper vigilant. Not to the extent where I'm looking for a bad guy behind every corner, but I am safe about my surroundings. I do carry. I'm not looking to use it. I'm looking to make sure that I don't have to use it. You know what I'm saying? I want to feel safe and know that I'm safe and know that if somebody is coming after me, they're going to either see it or know that I have it and think, well, maybe I shouldn't mess with her. and just kind of make their own choice to leave me alone on their own. You know, that's the intent of having my firearm. It's there if I physically need to use it, but the hope is that they choose to make sure I don't have to use it out of fear of the gun. You know what I mean? I don't I don't want to have to hurt somebody to protect myself. I will if I have to. But I would prefer not to. I want to just be and feel safe without having to ever actually use it. But you never know what could happen when, you know. Sometimes you could end up in a situation where you might have to use it. There was a possibility that might have happened last night when I was hanging out with my friends at the park last night. There were hey Trinity, you be nice. She's attacking her nephew. She's racist. She only goes after black kitties. She's racist. Anyway, so what happened was there was this group of boys. They looked like teenagers to me. They were kind of like surrounding us, and it was kind of creepy and weird and like, what are you doing? And then it got to a point where we found out that one of them was carrying, and like I guess they were bragging about it or something. And it was a situation. So rather than stay there and risk possibly in whatever situation maybe having to use my firearm, I packed up, and Matthew and Emily, the Heidi's kids, walked me home to make sure that I got home safe, and just get us out of there until it was safe. Me and the kids just get to my house where it was safe and away from those kids that we heard were carrying. I would rather run away from a situation before it even turns into a situation than be there and let it happen and end up having to use my firearm. I mean, I don't know that that's what would have happened. No one knows what may or may not have happened. But I wasn't really willing to risk it, and neither were they. So, Heidi sent them home with me to make sure I got home safe and make sure they were with me at my house where it was safe for them until the situation was diffused and the police were able to come and take care of everything. And yeah, so, you got to be safe, but you can't be paranoid. But anyway, yeah, fear is a big issue with me, with dealing with stuff. Guilt, I do feel guilty about some things. Like, I do get this issue where if somebody tries to help me or do something for me, I feel guilty accepting it. So I feel like I have to give back. Matthew came over the one day to, because Trinity put a kitten behind my fridge. Obviously, I couldn't get to it, so Matthew came over to pull the fridge out and save the kitten, and the kitten unfortunately passed away this week. Yeah, I'm kind of still dealing with it, but in return, he didn't ask for anything in return. He just did it to save the kitten, because he just cared. But in return, I felt I needed to give back, and in their situation, you can't have too many drinks. So I figured, when I got my food stamps, why not buy them a pack of pop? and thanks for him helping me. So, I made sure they got a 12 pack of pop last night. And thanks for him saving my kitten. Yeah, my kitten passed away this week and he's gone now, but that doesn't negate the kindness in doing the good deed and saving him in the first place. Um, Unfortunately, he started teething, and well, that's not the unfortunate part, but he started teething, and his mommy Guinevere decided that she was done feeding him if he was nipping her, unintentionally. And I didn't have time to wean him yet because he was only 3 weeks old, so he wasn't old enough to be weaned yet. I was trying already, but he wasn't taking to it, so he ended up starving to death between the fact that he wasn't taking to the pate and she wasn't feeding him. He passed away like 5 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday morning. I woke up to him screaming in pain, and then he convulsed, and then he just went limp, and it hurts because he got to me. I mean, they all get to me, every single one. And because when you're birthing the kittens yourself with your own hands, there's not gonna be no bond there. You're going to automatically bond to them. You're gonna automatically love them. They're going to be part of you. And he was, and they all were, and all the kittens that I lost in the last 2 months, and all the cats that I lost over the last 2 years, it's taking a bit of a toll on me. So that's why I didn't do a video last week. I lost a whole litter last week. Literally the day after they were born, because the day they were born, like at the minute they were done being born, their mom, Tre Quattro, went from birthing them to wanting nothing to do with them at all. She would not take care of the kitten. She wouldn't clean them. They still had amniotic fluid all over them. She wouldn't clean them. She wouldn't feed them. She would not go near them. She wouldn't touch them. And none of the other cats, shockingly, none of the other cats would go near them and were freaking out when I tried to put them near them too. Gwen, even Trinity, who didn't even have milk anymore. But she's like obsessed with all the other kittens. Even she wanted nothing to do with these kittens. I'm assuming they must have been sick and they could smell it on them, because that's the only time a whole house of cat moms would just like abandon a whole litter of kittens, is if they're sick and they can smell it on them. They don't abandon kittens like that. Usually if kittens are born and the mom abandons it and there's nothing wrong with them, the other moms will take over and adopt those kittens as their own. They do it all the time with my cats. Like, they don't even have to have the mom abandoning them. They'll just take the kittens away from the mom and be like, I'm mom too now. We can share them. We can mom these kittens together. It's really cute too. And I'm like, well, it can't hurt to have the help. Share the kittens, share the load. It can't hurt to help each other. But yeah. So all the cats and kittens I've lost over the last 2 years and the last 2 months, it's taken its toll, and losing that whole litter, because nobody would take care of it, and I would have bottle fed them, but I don't have any formula, and I can't buy more formula until I either get OTC again or I get paid, which defeats the purpose now that I don't have any kittens left. Yeah. Figures, when I need it, I don't have it because it went bad. So, yeah. So I lost all of the kittens, and I'm just kind of despondent over it. And I was despondent over it last week, and losing Karma this week is kind of the last emotional straw with me when it comes to kittens for a while. I'm not going to want to deal with kittens for a while. I'm afraid of losing more cats and more kittens. So, you know, hopefully hopefully Ash knocks it off and keeps his wiener to himself for a little bit. But anyway, but yeah, I have this guilt issue where I feel like I can't allow people to help me or take care of me, even though I know that it's sometimes a need and sometimes it's just, you know, people showing me that they care. Um, you know, I get like that, and I try to ignore it. I do my best to ignore it because I know what's going on. You know, I know people are trying to take care of me or just trying to show me that they care. So I do my best to ignore it, and like when I can't ignore it, I just give back. You know, so there's the guilt there, and back when I had been going through more, you know, creeper type trauma. There when it first happens, you can't really help but feel like somehow it's your fault, like you did something wrong to attract that to you, or like you're somehow dirty or something. You know, we women, when we go through these things, we feel like that at first. We know better. We know that's not the case. We do. We, in the back of our minds, we're screaming at ourselves, "You're wrong. It's not you. What was done to you is not your fault. It was them. They did it. Don't blame yourself." But at the same time, emotionally, we're so broken in that moment, and within the next few days, months, years, however long it takes us to mentally recover from that, we are still just beating ourselves up about it, you know, trying to mentally justify how that happened to us, trying to blame ourselves because we feel like there was something we could have done to prevent it. You can't do anything to prevent this stuff from happening, you know, except for being, you know, vigilant and doing the best you can to protect yourself. But what happens, you know. It's not your fault. It's never your fault. If someone hurts you, it's their fault, and you can't blame yourself. You got to do your best to always just tell yourself, you know, that it wasn't your fault. It wasn't you. You didn't do anything to cause it. You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't do anything to attract it. It's not your clothes. It's not your demeanor. It's not the things you say. If you're telling someone that you don't want them, or you're not interested in them, you're not attracted to them, or that you're with someone else and they touch you anyway, or hit on you, or sexually harass you anyway, or try to find a way to get you alone so they can do those things to you anyway, that's not you. You did nothing wrong. That's them. That's their perversion. That's their disgusting issues. You know, they're monsters. It's not your fault that they're monsters. Don't blame yourself for something that happens to you like that. It's not your fault. Never blame yourself. I know it instinctually that's our automatic go-to is to blame ourselves, but it's not your fault. And if somebody targets you for other reasons, to manipulate you or to steal from you, you know, and you were just kind to them and you wanted to be their friend, or you wanted to show a family member that you care about them, and they did that to you, you know, or whoever it was, whatever they did to you, don't blame yourself. That's not your fault either. When somebody does wrong to you, it's not your fault. You didn't invite it. You didn't do anything to cause it. It's nobody's fault but the person who did it to you. So do your best to not blame yourselves, because it's not your fault. I mean, I know it's hard not to, because everybody does it. I do it. Everybody does it. Everybody blames themselves when shit goes down. We all do. But it's not your fault. Just do your best not to blame yourself. No. Anger. Who hasn't had issues with anger? I mean, I'm frustrated all the time. And I'm not gonna lie, I bought food for everybody last night because they've been all feeding me all the last 2 months, every other day pretty much. And I felt like it was time that I gave back now that I've gotten my food stamps. So, I got my stuff from the store, and I found something that we could all eat, that because they've been doing all hot food and it's hot out, and I'm like, let's do something that's not hot, that we don't have to cook, but we can still get our protein and whatnot, and get our healthy foods in. And so I brought food, and I specifically said several times very loudly, don't eat all the cheese, because I bought 2 fairly large cheese platters, like about that big, of cheese platters, like about that big, that cost me $10 a piece. $10 a piece. So I wanted to use the leftovers of those cheese platters for meals for the whole next week for me at home. But there was somebody that was there with us who doesn't usually eat with us, that was ignoring everything I was saying about the food, that ate literally both entire cheese platters damn near by himself. Everybody else was all minimal about what food that they took, but this dude, like, first he's like going through the food, and he goes, if you don't want the potato salad, I'll take it home with me. No, you're not taking home the potato salad. The potato salad was brought for everybody. We're all sharing a potato salad, which didn't actually happen because somebody ate the whole container of potato salad by themselves, acting like it was only for them, and was like, before I eat all this potato salad, does anybody want some? And I was like, I'm sure everyone wants some potato salad. And then nobody got potato salad because that person ate it all. I got a spoonful, 1 spoonful of potato salad, and not a big spoonful, like a plastic spoonful. Like plastic silverware. But yeah, I brought the food for everybody. So everybody was supposed to share all of the food. And then the next thing I know, and I like I said, I made it very clear that some of the cheese was supposed to be left over for the rest of next week, for my meals, because they're $10 a piece, and there was enough cheese there to feed everybody and still have leftover cheese for the whole rest of the week of my meals. So I was like, the fuck, dude? And and I saw him doing it, and I was looking at him like, what are you doing? You were told. I didn't say anything about it, but he got the glare, knowing and looking at me like, fuck you, I'm gonna eat it anyway. Just kept taking more and more and more and more and more, and ate the whole fucking 2 platters of cheese. So yes, I have issues with anger. He's never eating my food again. Ever. Absolutely no respect for my food stamps, because, okay, I walked all the way to the soup kitchen that morning. And then I went to the other side of town on foot, walking all the way to Meijer, and then walked all the way back with said food to share with people, asking to make sure that some of it actually made it back home, so I'd have food to eat. And he was acting like all of my food that I just almost killed myself to get was only for him. Yeah, so I want to kill him like how much right now? Yeah, so I have issues with anger too. Um, like I said, I kind of held it in because I don't want to start shit with people. I don't want to make drama. But yeah, it pissed me off. He knew that I didn't want him to eat it all. Um, there was plenty of food for everybody. Everybody had would have had enough food had he not eaten all the fucking cheese. Um, but he just completely disrespected everything I said and completely disrespected the fact that I was the one who brought the food and, you know, complete and total disrespect. And I never want to feed him again. I'm livid because that was meant to last the whole rest of next week. I only get $200 a month in food, and most of it goes to the cats. So when I buy food for me, I expect that food to be for me. Not be like, hey, leave some of that cheese for me and then it be all gone and like I don't have a way to feed myself because someone ate my food. But, you know, I'm just kind of frustrated and pissed off about it. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. Yeah. But, you know, what can you do? Sometimes there's those situations where somebody basically invites themselves into the group to eat your food that they weren't planned for, they weren't invited, they just decided to invite themselves into the group and then they eat everything and completely disrespect you in every way, shape, and form doing so. And yeah, I'm not sharing my food with him again. Nope. It's not gonna happen. But yeah. So I mean I'm happy to keep buying food for the rest of the group once a month when I have it. But he's not eating my food again. Not ever. Um yeah. I'm livid. Very livid about it. Yeah. But so yeah, I have issues with anger too. We all have issues with anger. Um, and I don't know about you guys, but I think that one's kind of a little bit understandable. That I might be a little bit livid that somebody pulled that kind of shit on me. Everybody else was super respectful of the food, and you know all that crap, and even thanked me for bringing it. And I was even told that I didn't have to bring it. You know. Super respectful, all the rest of them. Just that one guy. Never going to eat with us again. Well, I don't care if he eats with them and they choose to feed him. That's their prerogative. If they choose to feed him, that's up to them. But he's never eating my food again. No. He done fucked up. And there's no coming back from that. No. I can't afford for that shit to happen. Can't afford it. But, you know. Anyway, back to the book. I think I vented about that long enough. But anyway, back to the book. What keeps us from having inner peace is our attachment to fear, guilt, and anger. These have made us fearful of intimacy and feelings of love in all areas of endeavor. As we cling to patterns of fear, guilt, and anger in our thoughts and actions, we only make more confusion and chaos. Too often, we find ourselves living our lives as if the only questions we have to consider are ones of pure survival. Well, survival is important, but it's also important to do your best to live happy and the point that this book is making is, like I said, not to just live in the world of fear and anger and frustration, and to just do your best to be happy and enjoy your life and look for happiness and beauty and peace in every moment and every day. Try, do your best. I mean, if you're looking for the happiness in every day, if you're looking for positive things in every day, you'll find it. I do. Even when I'm frustrated, even when I'm pissed off, I still find the good things and the happy things in my day, and I embrace those and I cling to them, and they make that's what makes my day better and makes it happy and makes it worth continuing and going, and that's is what I wake up for every morning, is those little things that just make every day happy. Like this beautiful little sage right here. The beautiful little sage. Oh, that beautiful little sage. Oh, that pretty sage. Come here. Come here, sage. Oh, look at you. Look at you. Isn't she pretty? She's so pretty. Oh, she's so sweet. Just hanging out with her cousin Gwen over here. Sweet little Guinevere. Yes. Yes. My babies. Yes. But anyway, that's the point that this portion is making, is look for the positive things in your day. You just pooped all over me. That is super gross. Thanks for that. I'm gonna finish this up real quick and then I'm gonna go clean up because this is nasty. Anyway, that's the point it's trying to make. Where was I? We are frequently consumed with fear and with what we think of as justified anger. That is anger where we can point to something that has happened as proof that we must be angry. Well, sometimes there's good reason for that, like somebody eating the food that was supposed to last my meals the whole next week. There was plenty of cheese. It could have been, some of it could have been left over. Some of it. Not eat the whole freaking things of cheese by himself, pretty much. And then leave me all wanting to beat the shit out of him. But yeah, like I said, $10 a piece. $10 a piece. The fuck? Next time he's buying it. In fact, I think he should replace it. I do. He ate the whole fucking things, 2 of them, and they're $10 a piece. So he owes me $20 worth of cheese. $20 worth of cheese, right there. That's what he owes me. I'm probably never gonna see it. Probably never gonna get it. But can you blame me for being frustrated and pissed off? I think that's pretty justifiable reason to be pissed off. I mean, yeah, it was there for everybody to eat, but, it wasn't there for everybody to hog. Like I said, I watched him. I watched him do it. I saw him. Like, everybody else had a normal amount of cheese, and he took the whole thing. Just kept going back and back and back and back and back, taking handfuls of cheese. Ate the whole, two whole flats of cheese by himself. Yeah, justifiably livid. There's perfect reason for me to be mad right there. Anyway, we feel that perhaps there is nothing that blocks our awareness of love's presence more than fear, anger, and guilt. Our attachments to them have penetrated so deeply that there is not a single part of our lives that has been left uncontaminated by their presence. Unfortunately, that's true. But, like I said, I'm not immune to any of these emotions. I'm not immune to any of these issues. You know, that's why I do these videos, because I have issues too. It's not just you guys. I'm not just doing them for you. Um, you know, like a therapist that has nothing wrong with them. Which honestly, most therapists are more fucked up than their patients, believe it or not. And then they don't take care of themselves, and then they start blowing up on their patients. I've had that with 4 different therapists, and that's why I don't go to therapy. Because if I'm going to go to therapy looking for someone to help me feel better, to help me deal with things better, and they lash out at me, that defeats the purpose of me paying them to go there to help me deal with my shit. If they're breaking me because they're having a bad day, they owe me my payback that I just paid for, you know, for that session, or you know, any other session after that, where I'm all of a sudden feeling unsafe around them because they lashed out at me because they're having a bad day. Like, no, I don't need therapy to be attacked because the therapist didn't do their job in taking care of themselves. No, I'm good. I don't need therapy. I do my own therapy. I talk to my friends. I hang out with my friends. I hang out with my cats. I talk to my cats. You know, I get it out on my own. And I don't have to pay for it. And it works just fine. It works just fine for me. Obviously. Because, like, I even vent to you guys on my videos. And I feel better afterwards. And then, you know, I get it out. And, you know, then I'm at peace for the rest of the day. Because I got it out. You know, I do my therapy everywhere. For free. You know, like, if you feel like you need therapy, to each their own. All the power to you. Maybe it helps you. But therapy doesn't help me. It doesn't. All it does is make me feel dependent on that therapist. And then when they do lash out on me, I can no longer see them again after that. Ever again. Because I no longer feel safe with them. So, you know, I do my therapy elsewhere. I do it with my friends and on my videos and with my cats, you know. And mine's free. I don't have to pay for it. So, you know, like, to each their own. Find what works for you. But anyway, yeah, I'm not trying to be your therapist or anything. I have my own issues. I admit I have my own issues. My issues are huge. Yeah, but that's why I'm doing these videos, because I need help with my issues. You guys might need help with your guys' issues. Maybe that's why you're watching. You know, maybe your issues aren't really as bad as my issues, and you're just watching because you want to find an inner peace, you know? You know, find ways to think more positively throughout the day. Like, who knows? You know, whatever you're dealing with, whatever reasons you're here to watch these videos, you know, you're welcome here. And we can, you know, work through our issues together, you know? I'm not your therapist. I'm not going to act like I'm all judgmental and tell you how to live your lives and, you know, be all cranky and bitchy and whatnot. But I can do my best to help guide you guys while I help guide myself. But anyway, I hope you guys liked the video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And let's do one of these cards before I go. And I will clean up right directly after this because I feel really gross now. Because the cat pooped on me. She must be having diarrhea again. My cats get sick easy. They have Siamese in them, so they get sick easy. And I will post this card, as I always do, at the end of the video. This one says no need to hurry, and it's got a gray tabby on it. Isn't he cute? And it says release tension. Squeeze your fist as hard as you can. Notice how tight your fingers and forearm feel. Count down from 10 and release the clench. Feel your tension and anxiety release as you relax your hand. And I will show you that. I know sometimes it's hard to see with my camera, but like I said, I will post this at the end of the video with pictures. So there will always be that. But I am going to let you guys go now so I can change my shirt and my pants that now have poop on them, and clean my sheets off because I don't have any other clean ones right now, so I have to clean the poop off of my sheets. But take care of the mess. But anyway, I hope you guys liked the video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching. Have a beautiful day. And if you haven't been told today, you are loved. You are appreciated. You are needed. And, you know, don't ever forget it. Don't let anybody make you feel otherwise. And have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.